welcome back to the vlog. So today we're going to be jumping back into a project on the KDX250. For those of you who aren't familiar, this is my 1994 Kawasaki KDX250. This used to be my wife's motorcycle. Interestingly enough, she does not ride anymore. We did a cosmetic refresh on it. The motor had a semi-fresh rebuild on it when I bought it. It had been sitting for a long time, and we've been punishing this thing since then. This was the bike that got me into off-road riding, actually. So it needs quite a bit of love. Take a second to check out our merch store. We've got Enduro t-shirts, our own motocross jerseys, winter wear, headwear, Pit Viper shades, and loads more accessories. We have also got a custom branding catalog on our website if you want custom branding solutions for your business. We decided to go with an old school move and gut the exhaust. So as you see here, where the layers kind of split, it's got a thick fiberglass baffling layer sandwiched in between two steel layers. This one we already gutted. We've got all the rivets drilled out, and it's probably like maybe like quarter of the weight of the other side. Death wheel without the cover, so you can get into the nooks and crannies, and just safety goggles, and I'll have ear protection on as well, and I'll probably just use a normal mask just for the dust. And then once we have all the baffles cut out, we'll go in with the flapper disc and we'll clean up all of these edges. Yeah. Alrighty, one huge mess later. Like, this is just one panel and it's destroyed. As you can see, it's like a silencer packing that it's got in between the two layers. I did burn through a couple of spots here and there, but that's not too big of an issue. We can always patch those holes up. But yeah, now we can go through and clean up all the edges and yeah, get it prepped for welding. So this is what 30 years of carbon buildup looks like. And this is the reason why I decided to cut the exhaust. First of all this carbon, not good for the exhaust pulses in a two-stroke. Second of all, I modified the airbox. That's kind of a common mod that people do. You open up the airbox so more air can flow into the motor. But now, I wouldn't say the exhaust is a restriction, but if you read the forums on the KDX250s and you speak to old school two-stroke guys, these bikes run much better with the stock pipe gutted. All right, what an absolute mess. I don't even know if the lens is clean. Seems like it. These went all right. As I mentioned before, there's a bit of material lost here due to rust. I still need to cut up the flange, but we'll do that tomorrow. It's getting a little bit late. This piece I absolutely butchered, but we'll be able to glue it back together, no problems. I actually took my time on this one, and I only blew through on one spot, but I smoked a freaking hole in it with the drill to drill the spot weld out. I started with finishing, so I've got all the edges ground down a bit, cleaned the pipe up on the inside, and I'm working on the fit and finish. I got all the dents hammered out and these little indentations where the spot welds were for the inner layer. And yeah, you know, it fits better in some places than other, but that's all definitely a weldable gap. You know, I'm not striving for perfection here. That will just have to pinch shut once we've got a couple of tacks on it. Something on the inside, and the only big gap is on the inside here, but with the material loss that we had over here due to rust, we might chop this section over here and use some of our spare material to make some pie cuts to kind of add it in. So yeah, this is probably a very stupid thing to do, but to me, it's more about the value of the learning experience. If at the end of the day it's a stuff up, then we can always just go out and get an FMF pipe for the bike. EMD has one in stock, I know, but just the experience that I'm gaining from this makes it all worth it. Alrighty, we are back in the shop. So unfortunately, I did not really focus on filming the process of welding the pipe back together because it was my first real welding project. I just wanted to focus on, getting the pipe together, getting the fit up decently and welding it. And boy, it was challenging. We had to do some weird stuff to get it to fit up again. But it is back together. We ground down all the welds because they look, well, terrible because it's my first welding project. So can't expect too much, but we managed to get it back together. The shape is super nice. It sounds pretty good. You guys saw the sound clip. Now I'm going to leave the pipe in this condition for now. I want to do a couple of rides on it, see if it cracks anywhere, see if I missed any like thin spots where it'll break through and start causing exhaust leaks, so I can weld that back up again. As soon as we know the exhaust is sound structurally, then we'll go ahead and clean it up and throw a lick of black paint on it. This is just like a high temperature black paint, and it's lasted pretty long, so I think I'm just going to go with that again. Now, I did not rip on the bike really. I just let it idle a bit, revved it, and I took it for like one spin. So the reason why I wasn't really ripping on it is the back brake was not working. But we are going to address this in the next video. We've got some goodies from EMD Racing and some upgrades for the bike, so stick around for that. And if you guys talk to JJ at EMD Racing Centurion, tell JJ that Marin Does Motor sent you, and you will get a slight discount on your parts. And they do ship countrywide, so hit up JJ for your dirt bike parts today. Anyways, that is it for this video. I know it was probably a short one and not very informative, but we managed to get the bike back together, which I had my doubts at the beginning, but I'm really looking forward to doing more fabrication projects and getting this bike up and running again, giving it the attention that it deserves. So if you guys haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Check out EMD for your parts. Check out our merch store, thebronx.co.za, and stay tuned for the next video where we get this bike running properly. See you on the next one. Peace out and keep ripping.